The United States and Russia have embarked on a path of dialogue, seeking a resolution to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. However, these talks have sparked significant unease across the Atlantic. Europe finds itself on the outside, looking in, excluded from these crucial negotiations. This exclusion has amplified existing anxieties fueled by a history of conflict and mistrust. The potential for a deal that prioritizes American interests at the expense of European security and Ukrainian sovereignty has become a pressing concern. The planned meeting in Riyadh between US and Russian officials, notably absent of European or Ukrainian representation, has further exacerbated these fears. The lack of transparency surrounding these talks has only deepened the sense of unease. Europe, caught in the crosshairs of this geopolitical struggle, is left to grapple with the potential consequences of a deal struck without its input. Europe's anxieties are deeply rooted in its history. The continent bears the scars of past conflicts, many ignited by agreements that failed to adequately consider the complexities of European security. The legacy of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, a non-aggression pact between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union, serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of sidelining European voices. This agreement, reached without the consultation or involvement of affected nations, ultimately paved the way for the horrors of World War II. The spectre of a resurgent Russia, emboldened by a perceived lack of Western resolve, further fuels European anxieties. The annexation of Crimea in 2014 shattered the illusion of lasting peace on the continent. It served as a stark reminder of Russia's willingness to use force to achieve its geopolitical objectives. The current situation in Ukraine, with its echoes of past conflicts, has only served to amplify these concerns. Adding to the uncertainty are the mixed messages emanating from Washington. While U.S. Special Envoy Keith Kellogg has assured European allies that concessions will be demanded from Russia, other statements have sown confusion and doubt. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's suggestion that Ukrainian NATO membership is unlikely has raised concerns about the US's commitment to defending European security interests. Further complicating matters are reports of a blocked deal from former President Trump's first term. This alleged attempt to exchange access to Ukrainian natural resources for American aid has cast a long shadow over the current negotiations. The lack of clarity surrounding this incident, coupled with the Trump administration's history of unpredictable foreign policy decisions, has fueled European skepticism. Faced with these challenges, European leaders have struggled to forge a cohesive response. Ukrainian President Zelensky's call for a European army, while echoing proposals from French President Macron, underscores the growing sense of vulnerability on the continent. However, this ambitious proposal, quickly dismissed by EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas, highlights the deep divisions within Europe on how to address the crisis. German Chancellor Scholz's opposition to a dictated peace reflects a broader sentiment within Europe, a desire for a solution that respects Ukrainian sovereignty and addresses the security concerns of all stakeholders. Polish Prime Minister Tusk's call for Europe to develop its own plan for Ukraine underscores the growing frustration with being sidelined in these critical negotiations. The ongoing US-Russia talks on Ukraine highlight a fundamental truth: lasting peace in Europe cannot be achieved without European involvement. The continent's history, intertwined with conflict and cooperation, demands a nuanced understanding of the region's complexities. European security is inextricably linked to the outcome of these negotiations. Any agreement that fails to address European concerns risks perpetuating instability and sowing the seeds of future conflict. Excluding European voices from these crucial discussions is not only strategically short-sighted, but also undermines the principles of transatlantic unity. The US must recognize that a strong and united Europe is essential to addressing shared security challenges. A collaborative approach, one that values European perspectives and expertise, is the only path to a lasting and sustainable peace in Ukraine and the wider region.